Hello all. So today we are going to be using our division algorithm again today, but we're going to be using it to find our greatest common factor. We're going to be doing this fun little trick called Euclid's algorithm. So what I want you to do today, we are going to first work on our division algorithm for these three problems here. And I'm going to grab scratch paper because I want more room. So please feel free to grab scratch paper, but these we will work out, these three, as practice before we get down to Euclid, okay? There will be one question only on Euclid, Euclid's algorithm. So please make sure that you follow the directions. As long as we follow the directions step by step here, we'll find out the answer. Okay, so I'm going to grab my scrap paper and we're going to get started. So the first one, we're going to divide 383 divided by 4. Okay, so I'll put this up here. We're not getting to Euclid yet, okay? So first we're doing our division, standard division algorithm, okay? 383 divided by 4, okay? I know 4 times 9 is 36, right? So I'll put a 9 here, 36. I know if I subtract, I know there's 8 minus 6 is 2, and there's a 0 there. I'm going to bring down my 3. Okay, so I believe that goes in 5 times. Okay, so for 20, so 5 times 4 is 20. I'm going to subtract that out. That's 3 and 0. Okay, we still, we have 3 left over, right? So a remainder of 3 out of how many? 4. So my answer is 95 and 3/4, right? 3 out of 4 pieces left, or 95.75. 3/4, 25, 50, 75. 3/4. Think of it that way. Tangible with money. Okay. So, yeah. So you are going to be using this standard algorithm for division when we are doing Euclid. So we're just practicing real quick. Okay. So I want you to go ahead and do number 2. I'll set up the problem for you, and I want you to pause. I want you to work out the problem, and then I want you to check your answer against mine. Okay, so let's set it up first. So we have 432 divided by 12, right? So go ahead and pause the video, and I'm going to work it out while you guys are working it out. Okay, so you should have paused, and then you can watch me work it out. So I know that 3 goes into 43. It'll go into 48 4 times, but 3 times is 36, right? 12, 24, 36. 48 would be going over. Okay. Then I'm left with, I'm sorry, I did the skip counting. So you have 4 to 40 and then 3 there. So I did 4 and 3 is 7. So you saw me do my little whiteout there. And so I bring my 2 down. Oops, I forgot my arrow. Bring my 2 down, 72. So I have 12, 24, 36, 48, 60, then 72. So 6 times 12 is 72. Nothing left over. Okay. Feel free to check your answer on a calculator. Okay. So now let's do number 3. Okay. So we have 403 divided by 13. I'm going to be honest with you. I don't know my 13s as well as I know my 12s, right? I think we're all kind of that way, okay? But we know, we just did our 12s, right? So we know that 3 was 36. Can we assume that, you know, it might be, so 13 and 13 I know is 30 or 26. If I add 13 to that, I think it's 39. So go ahead and grab your calculator and double check. And no, I'm not looking at the answer key for this one. So 1 times 13 is 13. Write down my 3. How did you do? Did you get the same answer? So please just remember this division algorithm. Come back to it. This will be on your test. You will need to show me your work. You can take a picture of your scratch paper and turn that in. It will be extra credit for your test. Okay? I give you 10% if you show me your work for every single problem. Okay? So if the test is worth 20 points, you'll get 2 points of extra credit. Okay, so guys, 403 divided by 13, 31 times. Okay, so please, I'll pause this. You can pause here and then I'll move over to the other one. So copy if you need to. And then there's that one. Pause and copy. Okay, I will include these, I'm going to put work on scratch paper. Okay, so I will show you these. Okay, so the whole point of Euclid's algorithm is in order to find out our greatest common factor. So our last lesson, we did greatest common factor. So we did the 1 times this number is, we did 1 times 20 is 20, then 2 times 10 is 20, and 3 didn't go in, but it was 4 times 5, okay? So for this one, the numbers are going to be bigger. So for this one, we're looking at 60 and 100. What is the greatest common factor of 60 and 100, okay? So guys, this is big numbers. We could go for days multiplying, right? And trying to figure it out. So Euclid's algorithm is a great way to figure out 2 whole numbers, what our greatest common factor is by division, okay? So what we're going to do, if we look at this with the model, okay, so we have 60 here and 100 here. This is just like a taped diagram. So think of it this way. If I have my 60 split into 3 pieces and I divide it evenly, how many goes into each box? So even if you think about it, 6. 6 divided into 3 pieces evenly is 2 per box, right? 2, 4, 6, right? So each box is going to have 20 because we have a power of 10 there, okay? Then we look here. We have 100, right? And they split it into 5 boxes evenly. There's our 20 units. This is our common denominator, is 20. This one is 20 per box, and this has 20 per box, okay? This is just their way of showing us the picture, okay? The picture of what it looks like, okay? So each box has 20 in it, showing that this is our common denominator. But how do we figure this out? We need to learn how to do the math to figure this out. So here we go. Remember your steps, okay? Let's apply Euclid's algorithm to some of the problems from our last session. What is the greatest common factor of 30 and 50? Okay. Okay, so we know that it's 20. They just told us that, right? We know it's 20. But using Euclid's algorithm, let's do this, okay? Divide the larger of the 2 numbers into the smaller one. Okay, so that will be 50 divided by 30. Okay, your small numbers on the outside, your big numbers on the inside. This goes in only one time, right? 30. And I have 20 left over, right? Okay, so then our second step. Guys, I'm just reading the directions. I just have them up on my screen. I'm reading step number 2. If there is a remainder, divide into the divisor. Okay. Okay, this is your dividend, this is your divisor. Okay, we can even write this. Quotient, okay? Okay, this is our remainder, right? Remainder. Okay, so I take and I put my 30 and I divide it into, no. I put my 20 on the outside. Yeah, your smaller number always on the outside. Smaller number is always on the inside. So this goes in one time, right? And so 20 and 10. Okay, so I have 10 left over. Okay, so guys, remainder, right? So if you take this, your remainder goes there. Do you guys see that? So this is my remainder. I'm going to go again because I have to go until I reach 0. Okay, continue dividing the last divisor by the remainder until the remainder is 0. That's step 3. Okay, so then we go here and we have 10 divided by 22, right? Right, awesome. So we have our 2, right? Okay. So what is our greatest common factor? Our greatest common factor is our divisor, the final divisor. So this is a divisor, right? Our final divisor is our greatest common factor. Okay, so our greatest common factor is 10. Now let's do it the other way. If you want to pause and copy, you can pause and copy. And then I'm going to do it the other way. Okay? Okay, so I have 30 is my base. I know 1 times 30 is 30. 2 times 15 is 30. 3 times 10 is 30. 4 does not go into 30. 5 does though. 5 times 6. These two are right next to each other. I'm done. 50. 1 times 50, right? 2 times 25. 3 does not go in. 4 is 48. No, it doesn't go in. 5. 5 times 10 is 50. 6, no. 7, no. 8, no. 9, no. And then 10 we came around. Okay, so I know my commons are 1. I have 1 and 1, right? I have 2. I know 3, so I have 5, right? No 6 over here, so 10, and that's it. So what is my biggest common? Greatest common factor. Is it the same? Yeah, it totally is. Look at that. This one has a little bit more head math. This is what I like to call a cool math trick. Okay, Euclid's algorithm. Okay. Okay, so go ahead and pause and copy, and we're gonna move on. We're gonna do these next ones. Okay. Okay. So we're looking at 30 and 45. I'm going to read the steps and do the steps exactly how they tell me. Okay. If you do the steps exactly how they tell you, you will get it right. Feel free to use a calculator to check your answer. As long as you show me your work, you can use a calculator to check your answer. So you're going to divide the larger number, which is this one, into your smaller one, right? Awesome. Perfect. Goes in one time. I know there's 15 left over. That's just head math for me. So then I take my 15, I put it on the outside, and my 30 on the inside. Ooh, that goes in 2 times. That's even. 0. What's my greatest common factor? It's 15, guys. My last divisor, right? Step 4, the final divisor. That's this. Of the greatest is the greatest common factor of the original pair. Okay, I can tell you that already. So 15 times 2 is 30, and 15 times 3 is 45. So yeah, that sounds about right. If we know our 15s, which I know not everybody knows their 15s. That's okay. I just know it from counting a clock. 15, 30, 45, 60. Okay. Okay, let's try another one. Pause and copy if you need to. Okay. Let's do 96 and 144. Remember, big number on the inside, small number on the outside. Okay, guys, this is almost 100, right? 4 short. It can only go in one time, right? So 196. Okay. So I know there's 44 here and 4 here. It's 48. I can check my math, guys. Feel free to check your math. Okay. So if we look, okay, 96 divided by 144. Oh, look, 2/3. So 144 minus 96, 48. But I showed my math, okay? So I take this number, I put it here. I draw my arrows. You don't have to, okay? You really don't have to. You can go that way too, okay, if you want to. 48 and 48, isn't that 96? I'm gonna just try it. I'm just gonna try it. 48 times 2 is, oh, it is. I was right. 2, and that's 96. 0. So what's the greatest common factor of these two numbers? 48. Do you see how much time we saved with having to do like the tables up here? We saved a lot of time. Because when the numbers get really big, it's hard. It's hard. So, and it takes a lot of time and it takes a lot of brain space. It would boggle my brain to make sure that I got all of my factors. Like that's a lot. This is a great way to figure out what your greatest common factor is. Let's go with the bigger number. Woo. Okay, so remember, big number in this inside, our dividend and our divisor is 660. Okay, guys, it can only go in one time, right? 660. Okay, I got my calculator. Okay, 840 minus 660. As long as you have the math, I don't care. Here's my leftover, so I'm going to take my 180 and divide it by my big number, 660. Guys, I really don't know. I can at least pull my whole number out, right? And then, guys, seriously, 3 times 180, I don't know this. 540. Okay, so 660 minus 540 is 120. Okay, so I'm taking 120 and putting it into 180, right? So 120 is my remainder. Okay, I know that goes in one time, 120. I know that's 60. 60 divided by 120, that's 2. Because I know 6 times 2 is 12. Okay, so what's my greatest common factor? 60. Okay, greatest common factor. Do you guys see how I used the calculator to do my math, but I still showed my work? Back it up and watch it again if you need to. That's how it needs to look. I've got to see all this, okay? The more you show your work, remember those extra credit points on your stuff, okay? Okay, honestly, guys, at this point, that's it. That's really it. It's now just about, it's just about practice now. And practicing the steps and walking through each and every single step. So pause and copy this one, last one if you need to. Okay. Okay. So we're gonna do this one. Okay. And then you're gonna practice a little bit. Okay. So let's do the last one here. So they want us to use Euclid's algorithm to find the greatest common factor of 45 and 75. Okay, I can't do that in my head. I have a guess. But if you have a guess, write it down. I'm just curious. If you have a guess, write it down. I'm totally curious where you're at. So write it down, okay? I'm going to write down my guess in the corner up here, but I don't want you to see it, okay? Oh, you probably saw it. There you go. So we have 45 divided by 75, right? Okay, I know that that goes in only one time because 45 and 45 is 90, right? That's 0 and that's 3. So I take my 30 and my bigger number, my 45, goes inside. It's one time. Minus, that's 5 and 1. Take that again. And I know that goes in twice. So my greatest common factor, 30. Oh, it's 15, not 30. Sorry. I was looking at that number. Oh, sorry. It's 15. Okay, 15. You guys want to see what I wrote at the top of your part, or I saw it? I thought it was 15. I actually thought it was. So guys, these are all the steps. Again, there will be one question that says use Euclid's algorithm to find the greatest common factor. These are your steps. This is all you have to do. So just make sure you understand the steps and you can read the steps and follow the steps. Literally, guys, I'm just reading these steps and I'm going through it each and every time. Okay? Again, cool math trick. Okay? Pause and copy. Go to Google Classroom. Find out your assignment. Thanks, guys.